Hey, it's Trey Lopushinsky with energeticcity.ca. This is the Community Roundup sponsored by Brad's Furniture and Appliances, and I'm with Kelly Amboe with the Fort St. John Hospital Foundation. We're in the hospital right now outside of the Be an Angel Christmas tree. Did I say that right? Yeah. For a second I got all jumbled there. We're talking about how 2023 went and also how this past month has went with everything on the Be an Angel campaign. So I guess first of all, Kelly, you showed me a list of some of the equipment that you guys have funded this year. Why don't we go through that first? What were you guys able to purchase for the hospital?
Yes, definitely, Trey. So what we were able to purchase this year, as everybody knows with Light Moose, is the Philips ultrasound machine. And this is an additional ultrasound machine for the medical imaging department to work through our long wait list. As well as we had a big wheel stretcher for Peace Villa, and this is to help transport patients from Peace Villa to the main hospital when they need extra treatment outside of the regular care they receive at Peace Villa. As well for Peace Villa, we bought butterfly tables and specialty chairs. These butterfly tables and specialty chairs allow for an improved dining experience for all the residents at Peace Villa. I've heard rave reviews about the tables. So many people are really happy, and now they can sit with their friends and have a meal because it's not a conventional table. It adjusts to the various needs of the various residents. A hematology analyzer for the lab. Theirs was breaking down, and they needed to be able to process blood samples in a timely manner. So that was a very important purchase, as well as we have specialty MRI coils. So we have a hand and wrist one, and a foot and ankle. And these will allow for better, more precise imaging of these body parts when someone needs an MRI.
That's awesome. And so that's incredible. And I'm sure that's hundreds and thousands of dollars that you guys helped to purchase those. For those that don't know, how does the hospital foundation communicate with the hospital in knowing what they need? So is it like an annual thing where they kind of like give you a list, or do you do a quarterly kind of meet with each department? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, that's a really good question, Trey. The hospital, actually, the managers themselves, they have their big main meeting every year, and they bring forward all the equipment they would like to see in their department. Sometimes it's replacement equipment, sometimes it's new equipment to keep up with the emerging medical community. So they compile that list, and then some of that list is covered by their regular funding, and it doesn't need to come to us. So what the hospital foundation does is we'll fund things on that list that we see a high need for in our community and falls outside of their budget.
Wow, that's absolutely awesome. So it definitely gives you guys a plan for the next year, right? So on that time, you kind of have, you know, what you guys are aiming to purchase, and then it goes for the next year. Is that how it works for you guys?
Yeah, to the best when we can get it to work that way. That's planning ahead as far as we can. Really allows us to attach those pieces to those campaigns, get our donors behind it. We really want to make sure we're supporting our donors, which is the community, in purchasing these purchases that improve healthcare.
Before we kind of go for an overview of how this year has went, I mean, we did talk about the equipment that was funded, but talking about the past couple months, because it's definitely been a busy one for you, and I'm sure it hasn't been stopping even this week leading into Christmas. But it's incredible with the Be an Angel campaign, the mail out raise so far, $51,000 approximately, and that's when people are mailing in the donations, and then they get the angels to fill out. That's at the Totem Mall, correct?
Yeah.
And then we also had Light Moose. The equipment has already been purchased, and then I think the rest of the money you guys put towards, which fund was it again?
The Greatest Needs.
Greatest Needs Fund. Okay, which is absolutely. Oh, you guys can go by. No worries. So the Greatest Needs Fund, and also you know, you had the gala happening this for the Be an Angel campaign this holiday season, I guess you can say, over the past couple months. So I guess talking about these past couple months, how has it went? How are you feeling about how it's gone? I mean, the $51,000 for the mail out, I think you were talking with Dub on Moose FM this morning, and that's kind of like the average range for the donations. So even with the record-breaking amount for Light Moose, and not knowing the full total right now, how do you think everything went? Is it an average? Did you guys go over and above?
I think we did really well. Well, we reached our goal. Our goal was $350,000. So with our mail out, our exceptional Light Moves, and a really good gala, all those efforts combined help us raise over $350,000. So that really helps set us up to purchase that ultrasound and move into the next year and meet those demands.
Yeah, and then put some of that money into the fund, obviously, which helps out huge as well. And then kind of looking at the rest of the year, Bluey Days, all the other donations that you guys have gone throughout the whole year. I guess, talking about like an overview, how do you feel the year went? We don't have like a grand total right now, which I'm sure you'll have in the new year, but how do you feel the whole year's went? Because for me, being here the past couple of years, it came in the midst of the pandemic, things were slowed down for everyone. Obviously, you guys were trying to do what you could, but it seems like this year for sure, yes, last year it started coming back to normal, definitely, but it feels like this year is when it's definitely where it should be.
Yeah, well, that's very interesting, Trey, because again, when you mentioned Bluey Day, and that was our first campaign to kick off the year, our first regular, like back to normal Bluey Day since the pandemic. And we saw lower numbers in that campaign.
Oh, wow.
So I think a lot of people were a little bit reserved still at the beginning of the year of what's going to happen. There was a lot of uncertainty. Other than Bluey Days, though, all our other campaigns have, met their normal annual target or exceeded it, which was lovely.
That's awesome. And then hopefully for Bluey Days, moving into next year, you kind of see more people coming back to that, because it does make sense with it being back to normal, and maybe people just simply might have forgotten over the past couple of years, you know what I mean? So that could be the case as well. Yeah. So I guess moving into 2024, outside of Blue Day, maybe that's one of the goals too, but has the Hospital Foundation thought what you guys have for goals next year, what you're looking at?
We're still busy planning. However, next year is our 30th anniversary. So we do want to set some really good goals that will ensure the community continues to support us and celebrate the 30 years. The Hospital Foundation wouldn't be here 30 years without the community support. And hopefully, if people want to know more about what the foundation does, please reach out to us. We've supported every department within this hospital. And anybody that comes here for care most likely has utilized a piece of foundation purchased equipment.
Wow, incredible work that you guys do. And it's going to be a huge milestone next year. So I'm excited to be a part of that with you guys. And we'll probably do one of these around that time as well. Last but not least, the WestJet raffle that's taken place. You want to kind of delve into that? I think the last time people can purchase tickets is tonight, or is that tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night at midnight.
Tomorrow night at midnight.
So on the 19th at midnight, the raffle will close, and then on the 20th around noon, we will do the draw. Awesome.
Well, thank you so much, Kelly. Anything else you want to add about what's been going on with the foundation this year?
Just that we're excited about next year, and we're grateful for all the support we've received this year. It really is amazing.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Kelly. This is Trey Lopushinsky with energeticcity.ca. This is the Community Roundup, sponsored by Brad's Furniture and Appliances.